Hey, what's up guys? Thanks to Bigger Home 55's recommendation, I'm going to try to do a feeding video today. So as you can see, they're already kind of riled up because I showed up in front of a tank with this cup right here. And in this cup, I have live blackworm. So normally I alternate between feeding flakes, frozen, and live blackworm, and today we're going with live blackworm. And when I have time, normally on one particular day, I'll do flake first to let the clownfish get the share, and then feed the live blackworm so that they don't compete as hard with the Bengal cardinal. So I'm going to do a little bit of a one-handed operation, and hopefully I don't spill anything here. If I do, it's game over. Alright, so let's get a little bit of black worms. Lively, eh? Hold on. Alright. And look at the Bengal cardinal go. So my Bengals are not weaned onto flake food yet. They do take frozen, but just to kind of keep things exciting for them, and to kind of let them have a little hunting experience versus just kind of like dead food floating around. Sometimes I do like to feed live food, whether it's like live blackworm or just like brine shrimp as a snack. So let's do a little bit more. And blackworm is actually freshwater. Some people think it's not a good stable food to feed your fish, but so far no issue. Fish seems healthier when I feed them live blackworms. I suppose I compare to flake food. Man, I suppose compared to flake food, anything live is better, right? All right, here we go. That was a lot, actually. I don't usually dump that much in. It's kind of hard to judge how much I have. So basically, every fish in my tank, they love live blackworm. Even the yellow clan goby, he will run up and compete with bigger fish. And when I see that my Bengal cardinal, when their stomach kind of bulge out a little bit, that's when I know, okay, they've had enough. And I think we should be good here. And once they've had the fill, what I'll do is that I'll actually take some of the blackworms and feed the anemones. Let me see if I can do it one-handed. And this is slightly tricky because as I put the blackworm into the water, they kind of start going all over the place, so. Alright. See how the anemone is kind of holding on to my chopsticks? So every time I feed my fish, I'll feed them first, and then I will target feed the anemone with the extra ones kind of floating off, and the fish kind of have another feast with them. So today, because I'm filming a video, it was a little bit hard to control the portions, so I kind of overfed them a little bit, which is fine. If anything that they miss, the cleanup crew is gonna pick them up, and the hermit crab loves these. So I'm gonna try to feed the outer bubble tip anemone further down, and I actually just order half a portion of blackworm from my local fish store, Congressional Aquarium this time. Actually, usually I do half portion because their portions are huge. And I would actually tell them like, okay, don't give me too much because it'll just go to waste. They here, let me concentrate on feeding first. I'm trying to get them into a little ball. Okay, and then I'll talk more to you guys about it. All right, let's go. There you go. That's a good one. All right, that's a lot. They're gonna get super fat, and I'm gonna get algae issues. Okay, so usually when I get a portion this big, I will split them into two because I found out the hard way that if I have too many blackworm in the same container, they don't last that long. It'll just some will die off, and then it'll just start that terrible cycle. So when I get a large volume like this, I split them into two containers. Put a saran wrap over the top so they don't crawl out, because like depending on the container, they can actually crawl on the wall to get out. and you don't want these like in your fridge running around. And usually if I keep the right amount and then I change water every time I'm feeding, they'll last about 2 to 3 weeks in the fridge. Although you'll notice that they get smaller and smaller, thinner and thinner. I'm guessing that's because like there's no food source, so they have to like consume their own body fat or like their own body to sustain themselves, which is kind of sad actually. So I should probably read up on how to maintain blackworm. It could be just feeding a little bit of fish flake, but just from talking to the employees at the fish store, they say they don't do anything with them. You know, they just keep them in their fridge, change water daily, and then they should last a while. So that was a really quick blackworm feeding. They're all really fat and happy right now because that was a pretty good portion that I fed them. And hermit crab is crawling all over the place, super excited, trying to find any leftovers. All right, so this is pretty cool. In the future, I'll try to do one with the flakes and then also with frozen, and you actually notice different behavior from the fish depending on what kind of food I feed them. But they are probably most excited about live blackworms. Who wouldn't, right? All right, well, signing off. Talk to you guys later.